What is going on with all this fire? Where's all this fire coming from? It's probably meaning one thing. It's time for Hunger Games Catching Fire. What's going on, Mo's World? This is Mo. Welcome to another edition. I want to say thank you again for watching my videos each and every week. Again, if you like this video, go ahead and press the like key and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. But again, this week, what we're going to do is talk about Hunger Games, and we're going to talk about the delivery man. But first up, Hunger Games. So, if you've seen the first one, you already know how this particular movie plays out. It's basically each year there's 12 districts in this government-controlled area. They come up with a set of games where basically each district comes up with two people, a boy and a girl, and they must fight to death. And it's supposed to be one winner. But in this case, there was District 12, and they happened to have two winners because of this love story that they had. So by having two winners, this basically changed the whole dynamic of what this game was supposed to be about. So here comes Hunger Games Catching Fire Part 2. It basically starts off from the first one, and it continues. It's a little slower than the first one. It's not as much action as the first one. The first one they were going in. They were cutting, slicing, bloodshed, everything in the first one. This one is not as much action. Well, when the action do happen to occur, it takes about an hour and a half before it even gets to the actual games. But when the actual games happen, it's on and popping. But then it's still another hour because the actual movie is like 2 hours and 40 minutes long. So if you're not the type of person to sit in a theater that long, I wouldn't suggest for you to watch it. Especially if you think it's going to be action-packed from the beginning. No, it is a little slow at the beginning. Like I said, it takes about an hour and a half before they actually get to the actual games. Then, all of a sudden, as soon as it starts to get real good, it goes off. I was like, no! So, in essence, we individuals who happen to enjoy the film and have to wait, like this is a scandal episode, instead of me waiting next week, I have to wait a whole year. The third Hunger Games will be called Mockingjay, and to my understanding, for what I read, it's going to be broken down into two pieces like they did with the Harry Potters and they did with the Twilights and things of that nature. So the first one is supposed to come out in November of 2014, and then the second one is supposed to come out sometime in 2015. But again, like I said, it was quite slow at the beginning, but it was enjoyable. A little bit about what the Hunger Games Catching Fire was about. Again, it was basically Katniss Everdeen, which is the female, and Peter Malott, which is the gentleman. They are still in this so-called in love situation, and basically that's how they got through the Hunger Games in the first place, because you have to have what's called sponsors. So in order for you to have sponsors, you have to get people to like you. So in this particular case, for them to get liked, they came up with this love story situation. So they go on tour to all the different districts, but the thing is, because of the situation of them winning the games, both of them, they kind of rebelled against the whole scenario of the games. So now all the districts are starting to rebel against the president, which he does not want that. So basically he needs to make Katniss Everdeen, again, which is the head girl, he needs to make it look like she is turning against the people, and which in this case the people are not really feeding into it. So what the president does in order to get back at her, because he's like, I need to stop you, I need to get rid of you because you're making revolt. All my 12 districts cannot revolt against me. Everyone's supposed to be poor in poverty and do what they're supposed to do on a daily basis. So they come up with a 75th Hunger Games, and it's this new Hunger Games that basically he just thought about, and it says basically every 25 years they call it the quadrant. So basically meaning that previous survivors from the other Hunger Games, the ones that still living technically, they will fight against each other, and of course there's supposed to be one winner at the end. So again, they go through their whole techniques of trying to get ready for the games, I shall say. So it's, like I said, it's very interesting. Again, if you're looking for a lot of action, as in the first one, it's not going to happen. So I will not want to set your expectations. I think that's what's going to happen. If you get, like I said, it's the first hour and a half. It's very slow, but it's more a storyline of you seeing more of what the Capitol looks like, and get to know a little bit more about the other contestants, and more about Katniss and she being at home, because she does have a boyfriend at home as well. And that's basically what the first hour and a half is about, is getting all that together. And then finally, when she finally gets to the arena for the games, that's something totally different. So again, I don't want you to be thinking like, oh, this was the most boringest movie ever. But again, the first hour and a half is quite slow. But besides that, I gave it a 4 out of 5. Again, I enjoyed it. Besides the first hour and a half, I'm not gonna lie. So, I know I keep dwelling on this first hour and a half. But I'm hoping the ending of the movie is getting set for part 3, which we have to wait a whole nother year for, and basically another year after that to get the final ending of the Hunger Games. So you know how Hollywood likes to do these Harry Potters, Twilights, and so if it's basically, of course, it's made from a book, so you know they want to linger it out a little bit. So yeah. So next, The Delivery Man. Me personally, this is another movie that I think that came out at the wrong time. What The Delivery Man is basically Vince Vaughn, if I'm saying his name. If I think that's Vince Vaughn, I think it is. He's basically has done. He went to a sperm bank and he basically donated sperm to collect money. And in the meantime, he, of course, the sperm bank has given out his sperm, and he has a total of 500 kids. And now these 500 kids, basically, they have created a meetup group where all the kids come together, and they know their brother and sister, and they want to know who is their dad. And so the lawyer of the sperm bank comes and says, okay, we found you, basically you have 500 kids who are basically like 136 of them who are looking for you. And then he takes upon himself and he pretends like he's this good Samaritan out of nowhere, and he goes to find the different kids in different areas. But then after a while he begins to get attached to the kids, because first of all, he's like a deadbeat. A deadbeat person. He works for like a sausage company with his family, and he is like the worst. He is like the worst. They tried to make it into a comedy. I really didn't think it was funny at all. Like I said, I think that the actual message was a little bit, again, I know it's a holiday season, but I think it should have been more towards like a Father's Day weekend type movie. If you are a person that has children, you want to get into your children's lives and things of that nature, I think that was been for that particular time. But something tells me I'm saying his name wrong, but I don't have my note sheet right now, but I'm hoping it's right. If not, if I said the incorrect name, I put it at the bottom of this video. But yeah, so with The Delivery Man, I gave it a 2 out of 5. That one, I say go watch it on video. And I think the reason why they put it out this weekend, because they knew it wasn't going to make any money because of the Hunger Games. So that, I think they just probably put it out there for something for somebody to watch in case they don't want to go see the Hunger Games. or the Hunger Games is sold out and there's nothing else for them to watch, and everything else is sold out, such as The Best Man or such as Thor, and because it's the holiday season or the holiday weekend, let's put out Delivery Man, let's make a little bit of money. But for the most part, I would say watch that on Redbox, or wait till it comes out on cable. So this week, the movie of choice, of course you should already know, is the original Hunger Games. So yeah, so if you haven't seen the first one, please don't watch the second one, because you'll sit there and be lost of what's going on. Like I said, me personally, I really enjoyed the first one. I think I watched the first one maybe 5-6 times since I had it. But again, the second one, I will say go see it. If you see it, watching a big screen. I know that the small screen is okay, but I say watching the big screen. If you get to see it in IMAX, that's even better, because the way they filmed the film, they made it in an IMAX format. But again, I enjoyed it. But the first hour and a half, I was like, okay. So, but getting into better news, next week I will be reviewing Black Nativity. Look forward to that one. So again, guys, thank you for watching. Welcome to Mo's World, and I will catch you next week before the holidays. Like I said, I will have Black Nativity out within the next couple of days. So again, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.